Good evening, Venkat Sai, our general evaluator. Wow. Satya
So
sir, good evening.
very good evening to everyone.
Alok sir, hello, but we are not able to see you.
Yes.
There you are. Okay. Hello,
Good
hello, Pooja
evening,
ma'am. Good
everyone.
evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
Venkat Sai, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. So, time to go? Yeah. Good evening, President, Toastmasters, and all the guests. Recently, we all enjoyed playing with the colors of Holi. But as Toastmasters, Holi can be celebrated by using colorful phrases like out of blue, green with envy, gray area, caught red-handed, green thumb, black sheep, once in a blue moon, take the red eye. Isn't it wonderful? Yes. Coming to the ground rules and introduction of our angry young man, our president, very own president, is a dashing person and also my mentor in the Toastmasters, Toastmaster Dr. Suryadeep Majumdar. Without much ado, let me tell you the ground rules of the meeting. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Please do not cross-talk. Put yourself on mute if you're not speaking and avoid background noises. Please turn off your video if you're stepping out of the meeting or if you have any distracting moments in your video. So without taking any more time, let me welcome all of you. Over to you, President Antia Modi.
Let's give it up for our magical Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata, everyone. Good evening, one and all. First thing I want to know is how is the Josh? How's the Josh, everyone? Happy Holi.
Josh is high.
High, right? I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. Well, phenomenal. We are in meeting number 172. So the first thing I want to welcome you all, and I officially induct the formal, we officially begin the meeting number 172. So today, I'm not going to share any stories. Rather, I'm just going to give you a couple of very, very happy news. Let's start with one by one. We want to first of all welcome our new members into the club. So let's give a huge round of applause for our latest member. Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Venkat Sai, who is also the general evaluator. He's achieved third place in the recently concluded international speech contest, all the way from Voltaire Toastmasters Club. He has decided to renew with Speak Magic. So thank you so much, Venkat Sai. We are so blessed and honored to have you in our club. Loads to learn from you. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Amazing. So the next good news is that we have a second new member, Toastmaster Shahul Hamid, who is, I think, not here with us right now. So that's the second member. The total number of members in Speak Magic Toastmasters Club right now is 31. Okay, 31. That's a huge number. Okay. Couple of other news. We have our visiting Toastmasters, Toastmaster Bhushan all the way from Sprouts Toastmasters Club. We have Toastmaster Alok Kumar visiting us from Delhi Junction Toastmasters Club. And well, we have a very, very special person. Where is Pooja ma'am? Pooja ma'am, I can't see you. Where are you? Come on, show yourself. Show yourself to us. Okay. So Pooja ma'am will be taking up the role of the counter. So we've got members visiting from all across the country and really taking up the role. So thank you so much, each and every one of you. Another very important news, Speak Magic Toastmasters Club is only the third club in District 120 to achieve all 10 DCP points. All 10 DCP points. We have achieved, I mean, all our level 1, level 2s and number of members. We got 12, a total of 12 new members added in our club. It's just crazy. You can see every single target we have locked in. So that's another huge news. The second big news is I want to bring up our VP membership, the very beautiful Toastmaster Navamita Sarkar here. With Navamita ma'am's sincere hard work for pushing you all, poking you all every single day in and day out to pay your membership fees, we have officially won. We are the third club in the District 120 to achieve the 2020 award, in which the club is going to be getting a club name engraved gavel that I will be receiving it, but I'm sure Yogeshwari will bang my head with that. But that's an award for the club, and we are only the third club in this entire district to win this award. Thank you so much, Navamita ma'am, for all the hard work that you have put in. Yes.
Thank you. Thanks all of your cooperation, you and all the members. Thanks a lot.
Amazing, amazing. So now another amazing thing, another amazing news is that Speak Magic Toastmasters Club will be competing in the area level, where me and Yogeshwari are going to go lock horns with all the other clubs. And hopefully we're going to bring the area trophy home this time as well. The area contest is on the 4th of April. So we're going to expect all of your presence. Now, this is the set of news that we had. Of course, we have a couple of more news coming in. The first is our very dear Dr. Rajeshwari Apat has finished a level 2 in her pathway. Congratulations, Rajeshwari ma'am. You are such a huge inspiration for us. Okay. Thank you so much. We are so blessed actually. Yeah. Okay. Now, next is we have a Toastmaster Pravat, who has also completed his level. Yeah, I think level 2 you have completed, right? Yeah. Yeah, level 2. Yeah, level 2 Toastmaster Pravat has completed. So congratulations, Pravat sir, for completion. Okay, let's also give up for our Toastmaster Sarthak, who has also completed level 1 in his pathway. So huge thing. Now you see how the members are progressing, right? It's not that somebody takes up some kind of a responsibility or something or the other. We all do it together, right? That's the power of our Speak Magic family. Okay, and finally, of course, yes, we have to give a huge round of applause. Again, we have to welcome our very dear Pooja ma'am, who is taking up the role of an accountant as a guest for the second time. So Pooja ma'am, thank you so much for being here. Such a pleasure and honor. Okay, so with that, let's move on to the guest introduction right now. Obviously, we will be hearing from Pooja ma'am at the end. I don't think we have any other guests as of now. Do we have any? I don't really think so. Perfect. With that, let me invite the Toastmaster of the day. Now, I remember this magical person. It was so unique. We had an interaction. I've been watching his videos, been learning a lot from him. And he said, Surya, what is the importance of joining the Toastmasters? What can I learn? And we connected over Zoom and I shared with him. He joined the Toastmasters. And since then, he has literally created a revolution in his club. Every single time he speaks, every single time he takes up a role, he always makes sure that he achieves it with panache. Now today, specifically for this meeting, I remember I personally reached out to him to be the Toastmaster of the day for this one specific theme, because when he performed this theme at his home club, a club that I coach, it's called Delhi Junction Toastmasters Club, every single member in that meeting were just spellbound. With a huge round of applause, let's welcome our Toastmaster of the evening. Let's give it up for the very dashing, the very magical Toastmaster, Alok Kumar. Alok sir, the virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you for such a nice and great words. It is indeed my great pleasure and honor to be serve as Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. So let's get started. So let me first, for the sake of any guest, let me introduce the talk about that how this meeting is going to be. So this meeting is divided in the 3 parts, and the very first part is prepared speech round, where some of the members are going to give the prepared speech based on their pathways and the project what they have opted, and speech duration is going to be 5 to 7 minutes. The speech will be evaluated by, we are having a specific evaluator who are going to evaluate, give their feedback for the prepared speech. The second round is, the second part of the meeting is going to be the table topic round, where the good news is like even the guest can participate in this round. they can give the impromptu speech, and they can know like what are the area where they are lacking, and based on that they can take a action going forward to improve their public communication skill. And a very important round, that is the third round, where the all each and every activity is going inside going will be evaluated by the general evaluator and his team members. So these are going to be the whole meeting structure. So let me give the today's theme for the day. So today's theme is power of personal development. We all very much know that the power of how important the personal development is for our success. So success is nothing but it is a byproduct of the personal development. Correct? So everyone, we are having certain goals, desire, dream in our life which we want to accomplish. And for that, we need to have the two basic things, which is the skill set as well as a mindset. So let me ask the question: wherever today you are achieved the success, wherever the positions in your career, in your financial success, health, wealth, relationship, wherever you are having today, what do you think? What are the major contributing factor for your so far the journey so far? Anybody would like to make any comment on this?
Sir, habits is one, then food, the kind of people that we are interacting with. Yeah.
Very good. Yes, very nice.
Sir,
Yeah.
education,
Yes,
your friends,
yes.
and your habits. Sorry to
And your
repeat,
habits.
Surideep. All these mix of all these three help you grow as a person.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely correct. So the one thing very important, like skill set is the one part where like without mindset you cannot get the skill set. Today, let's say anybody, everyone we are here, some kind of skill we are having. Because of that, we are growing in our personal, professional, and all the career. Do you think like without that mindset we can achieve that skill? Any skill, it requires consistent effort, and that consistent effort cannot, you can put that consistent effort without having the correct mindset to get that. I have heard one quote like, we all are good initiators, but only few are finitiators. Why so? Correct? We all are having desire to become good public speaker, become a leader, trainer, coach, or XYZ, the different desire. But how many people are finishing that, achieving that? So we will deep dive into this in the coming things. But before that, let's come to the first part of our prepared speech round. And for that, let me first introduce our general evaluator and his tag team members. So let me now call upon our general evaluator of the day, who is a student, author, and most importantly, environmental activist. He is none other than TM Venkat Sai. So let's welcome, put our hand together to welcome TM Venkat Sai. So Venkat, virtual stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alok. And sorry for the camera off. There's a power cut in my home, so you will see on black screen. So it's same as with camera on and camera off. So it's not that same. And a very good evening. I can see much more enjoyment, so enthusiasm into this club than last time when I was been. And we have some beautiful announcements. That's a great thing, and I'm very pleasure to be here. And thank you to Surya for having me here. Now, let me invite my tag team. Firstly, I would like to invite timer of the day, Toastmaster Bhushan. Toastmaster Bhushan, can I have you on the stage? Okay, he's still connecting to audio.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm there.
Okay.
Good evening, Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters, speakers, and guests. Today, I am the chosen one for doing the job of timer. Time is very important and precious entity. Time is time. If you don't respect time, it will fly away, and you won't be able to accomplish your goals. So respect that time, and without wasting any further time, let me elaborate my role as a timer. There'll be three instances where I'll be checking the timing. First is table topics, second is prepared speeches, and third is the evaluations. Table topics timing is 2 minutes. After 1 minute, I'll be showing green card. After 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll be showing yellow card. After 2 minutes, I'll be showing yellow card. The second part is the prepared speeches. Prepared speeches are for 5 to 7 minutes. Around 5 minutes, I will show green card. At 6 minutes, I'll show yellow card. After 7 minutes, I will show red card. For the evaluation, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes. After 2 minutes, I'll show green card. After 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will show yellow card. After 3 minutes, I will show red card. So all the best to the speakers and table topic speakers. This is all from the timers. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhushan, for explaining the role very clearly. And I hope all the speakers have noted the timings. So be on time. Don't move from the timing which we have. Next, we invite our accountant guest Pooja Sharma. Yes.
Unwanted things always find their way into our lives, be it weeds in our garden, accidents on the road, or simply filler words in our speeches. Just as you would uproot the weeds from your garden, take an insurance to deal with the accidents, you can also be proactive in eliminating filler words from your speeches. In Toastmasters, we encourage our members to do exactly this. That is why every session has an counter. Good evening, everyone. I am Pooja Sharma, taking the role of an counter in today's session. I will keep a track of all the unwanted words, such as like, and, etc., and will present this report when called to do so. So best of luck to all of the speakers.
Thank you so much, guest Pooja Sharma. And a big round of applause for guest Pooja Sharma for taking the role once again in the Toastmasters meeting. Now, I would like to invite the English teacher of the day, that is Toastmaster Nambakita ma'am. Toastmaster Nambakita, the stage is yours.
Pardon me, actually, our grammarian is Dr. Suryadeep, I think.
Dr. Surya.
Okay, now there is some sheer confusion. Sarthak sir, is it okay if you can take the grammarian role also? Are you there? Sarthak sir? Okay, fine. Okay, just 1 second. Yeah, so now the Sarthak sir will be the grammarian, but right now I think for some reason he's not available. So I'll just share share the details of a grammarian. The role of a grammarian is to talk about the good usages of grammar, the not so good usages of grammar. And usually what happens is grammar forms, if speaking is all about making a recipe, then grammar happens to be its salt. So let's continue to use good quality usage of grammar. The grammarian's role is also to invite the word of the day, and we are not really sure how to really process, but the only word that I'm thinking about right now, we can all use more. It's called flamboyant. Flamboyant, the meaning of the word flamboyant is super amazing, something out of the box, something out of the blue. And every single time, the best example that I can give is the fact that our magical general evaluator became a new member and took up the general evaluator's role in his first meeting itself is such a flamboyant achievement. So let's continue to use this adjective more and more. That's all from the grammarian's end. I'll be called upon. I'll be at the end and share the report when called upon by the general evaluator. Over to you, Venkat guys.
Yes. So whom should I call at last? You, Sarthak, Navavita. Please confirm it.
You can call me only. No.
Yes. Thank you so much. So we saw all the three cameras. So all the three cameras will be on all the time, and you will be, under the CCTV surveillance. And the fourth camera, that's me, will be all the time. If the camera off, don't think I'm off. I will be on. My ears are open. So take care. I'll be coming at the end and giving my report. Over to Toastmaster of the Alok.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So now let's move to our prepared speech round where we will be having the two speeches. So let me first call the evaluator of the first speech. And the first evaluator is a very flamboyant lady. She is a painter, singer, dancer, and passionate speaker. So she is none other than Navamita Sarkar, ma'am. So now the virtual stage is yours. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful and warm welcome. Thank you, Tio Modi. So today my target speaker, Toastmaster Satyanarayan Pandya, he is going to give his speech under the Pathway Effective Communication Level 2, Project 3. And the purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. And his speech timing will be 5 to 7 minutes. And the title is You Can't Do It For Me. Best of luck, Toastmaster Satyanarayan. Now over to TM Modi.
A minor correction, ma'am. The title of the speech is changed. The title is now the weekly test.
Okay.
Sorry,
TM
what
Modi
is the
again will
title?
repeat. The weekly test, I think.
Yes.
The weekly test, yeah.
Yes.
So let me call now the first speaker, who is known as the corporate hero. He is an entrepreneur and also a very passionate speaker. So our first speaker is TM Satya Narayana, who will be attempting his level 2 project 3 from the project Introduction to Toastmaster Mentor. And his speech title is The Weekly Test. The Weekly Test. Toastmaster Satya Narayan. Now his stage is yours.
I've heard about a quote from the mentor, I believe from my side, Robert T. Kiyosaki. When you are in shortage of anything, you first start giving it. When I first heard this statement, I translated, I have no money, I want money, and I need to give it. Is this stupid? How ridiculous it is. But as the journey goes on, my definition and the alignment with this quote totally in sync. Year 1994, I was in my school, and my teacher, whom I regard as my first mentor, just give this notice to everyone. Tomorrow at 9:30 a.m., there will be a test, a mathematics test. I hate mathematics, literally. He told that, come to this test and mind it. There will be only the star mark questions. Do you know what the star mark questions? These star mark questions have a footnote for meritorious student, and I am a light year at least away from this word meritorious when it comes to mathematics, bloody mathematics. I plan my way. Few absolutely amazing excuses. I have a bad stomach ache. My uncle is visiting me after 10 long years. I have to be there. And that Sunday, while watching that beautiful animation, Jungle Jungle Pata Chali Hai, the Mowgli, my hero, I'm having those wonderful, delicious pancakes made by my mother and touched with the spicy chickpeas curry. The first bite, and there is a ring on the gate, and I was literally petrified. Who was this? It was my teacher. No excuses. And this gentleman, my teacher, was a part-time teacher, was a person as an employee of a steel plant there, and have very good books, was in good books with my mother. Because of his laborious nature and passion towards teaching, my mother had a lot of admiration and respect towards this person. And instead he asked, Mausi, can I take this buddy with me to the tuitions? And happily, my mother surrendered and given me to him. It's not important what he did that day, but surely that was a great day of my life. The question is that what he had did with me. The question is why he had did it. A person getting around 500 bucks. It's not a very, very big amount that time. Why he has taken all this pain to spend his time and resource and come and pick me? Only that I'll secure good marks, I'll study? No, something more than that. People interchangeably use two words: responsibility, accountability. Responsibility, let me brief it. When somebody is giving me any work, I am responsible. That means it's external. There is a question. I may or I may not take this opportunity, take this responsibility. But accountability is internal. When I own that work, I am accountable. And people do all sort of amazing things when they feel themselves or make themselves accountable. When I grew up, I tried to test my luck on public speaking. I love it. I'm passionate about it. Okay. But whatever you want in your life is not sure. There are two kinds of luck. One is blind luck, jackpots, lotteries. And there is a luck by passion, emotion, and motion. When you are in the act, you will find great things waiting for you. Okay. So for 3.5 long months, I was waiting for that great luck in the Toastmasters meeting. But yes, there is a good thing. There is also a part of motion. I was very consistent. I was attending every meeting. Okay. And one fine meeting, I was selected by my mentor for a mentoring Toastmaster, Suryadeep, and small things like kick in the butt works wonder. Isn't that it? And he forced me to give me my icebreaker. The icebreaker was a blunder. It was a perfect failure. I started really well. It went on, went on, went on, went on like it will never finish. My goodness, 10 minutes, the job is not done. It was a disqualified icebreaker, dear. Now, what I'll do? I meet with a one-to-one session. What went wrong? Amazingly, this person told me 5 minutes about the great things he have noticed in that speech and very few minor things to take care. And he assured me, if you take care of these things, you will be amazing. In each of our meeting, few things will come out very clearly. First, to his caliber, to the humongous achievement he had till now, no doubt about his technical capability. He is a flamboyant speaker, no doubt about it. But more of it, he is a wonderful human being. He gives you a respect, and respect is the foundation of all relationships. With his records, you have the trust built in our relationship, and I can never in my dreams challenge him. Whatever he's saying, I am consuming it whole like a sponge absorbing water. He will find and focus and discover the strengths on you. He plays with the strengths, and he allows you that freedom to play with your strengths and learn your own way. He is an amazing teacher who thinks more than learning, it is important to know how it is your learning style. Because learning is free. In internet, it's available. It's up to you what you try. And that day I figured out the mentors and the mentee is a relationship of win-win. It's a wonderful win-win game. So I leave it to you guys. What is your experience? Thank you.
Thank you, TM Satya, for such a phenomenal speech. Really very motivating. So with this now, let's move to our second speaker. But before that, let me call upon our second evaluator, TM. That is, the second evaluator is a very great personality, TEDx speaker, Dr. Preneur, TM Suryadev. So let's call the TM Suryadev on the virtual podium to introduce our second speaker.
Thank you so much, Alok sir. Good evening, everybody, once again. So our speaker is attempting her level, just one second. Yeah, she's attempting her level 3 project, level 4 project 1. Yeah, sorry, a level 4 project 1. The topic is, just one second. Yeah.
Leading in difficult
situations, and the purpose of this project is for the member to practice strategies for adjusting to unexpected changes to a finalized plan. So in this, there's the notes for the evaluator. That is, the first part of the member speech will be a presentation of his or her plan. The club members will be then invited to suggest disruptions to the plan. The member will need to address the methods for managing the challenges presented by the club members. There would be a minimum of 3 disruptions suggested and a maximum of 5. So I'm going to encourage people to come up after the speech is over to come and disrupt her plan. The evaluations will be taking place based on the speech as well as on the evaluation portion. And the timer, please note, there will be 2 segments in the speech. The first segment is the 5 to 7 minutes of prepared speech section, in which the timer cards will be 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and 7 minutes respectively, followed by a 5 to 10 minute of impromptu responses based upon the number of disruptions that the speaker receives. In that case, the timer cards will be 8 minutes, 9 minutes, and 10 minutes based upon the number of responses that we received. With that, all the very, very best to the speaker, and back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, TM Surya. So now, without waiting, let me call upon our second speaker, multi-skilled doctor, author, singer, dancer, teacher, and so on and so forth. Our very lovely ma'am, Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata, with her title of speech, Strategically Yours. Strategically Yours, Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata. Virtual stage is yours.
Wonderful introduction. We have always been ending well-intentioned and planned mails with such letters and words like faithfully yours, sincerely yours, lovingly yours, isn't it? All this just to gain positivity to the well-planned strategy and avoid disruptions. Also, to accept or have an expectation of a flamboyant response. How does it feel to put a straightforward, strategically yours? Can we do that? Good evening, Toastmasters. Well planned is half done. Well prepared acceptance, despite the outcome, is success. That is what I have learned in my life. Planning, it consists of considering P3 fan. What is P3? P3 is presence of manual power, which can be physical and mental. Second is probabilities of failure. Third is preparation. Now, FAN is for finances, acceptance, and numb approach. You'll be surprised to know that Walt Disney was told that he lacked creativity. He was one of the most creative geniuses of 20th centuries. Till today, we enjoy the Disney Channel, isn't it? He was fired from a newspaper because they lacked in understanding his creativity. But trying to preserve, Disney formed his first animation company called as Laugh-O-Gram Films. He raised around $15,000 for the company, but eventually he has to close it. Now, desperate and out of money, Disney found his way to the Hollywood, and he faced even more criticism there. Ultimately, he released his first few classic films, and these started to skyrocket into popularity. Next example I can give you is about Steve Jobs. We all know him. He is an impressive entrepreneur because of his boundless innovations. Also, because of his empathetic comeback from an almost irrecoverable failure. When you go through biographies of such incredible leaders and entrepreneurs, you will find none of them had skyrocketed consistently. Life is always a roller coaster ride. One of a continuous factor has been disruptions and failures, which they overcame undauntedly. Now, coming to my life experiences and the plan which I did. The plan, I remember, me and my partner were planning to settle down at Pune. I was serving notice period after 18 years of job experience. And he just had started his entrepreneur journey. I was looking out for a relaxed life after that long, exhausting period. But God had different plans. Coming to presence, that's the sudden turning point in my life. All my aspirations collapsed like the tumbling house of cards. I was running short of money after my husband passed away.
Sorry, ma'am, to disturb. What was the first project of Walt Disney? I just forgot.
First project was his filmography, which he started, filmography, that is, Laugh-O-Gram.
Okay, thank you. Carry on.
So I was running short of money after my husband passed away, and I was left with a huge debt, both emotional and financial. So now comes the preparation. I could no longer wait and grieve for that. I had a plan to revive the monetary laws as well as to sustain myself and my daughter, who was just studying till then. Within 15 days, I had to join a corporate job. Within 6 months, I recovered around 1/4 of the debt amount. Then leaving that job, I restarted my practice. Then I was offered a highly paid, challenging job. Again, I accepted this and worked for 2 years under continuous mental pressure, which was affecting my health. By then, I had already cleared off 75% of the debt. Suddenly, my health started declining and I was on the hospital bed. And I was detected with a rare type of cancer. Coming to acceptance and numbness. Acceptance with faith plays a very important role in numbing all the emotions and turbulence, overcoming all challenges and expectations from self and others. I recovered fast. I started online practice and networking internationally. You can imagine the speed at which I had to make faster decisions, and it was like I was playing the chess game, always ready to announce, check, or accept the threatening check. Practice makes you sportively numb to the outcome. So the run is on, and I'm enjoying it. So henceforth, I start my day with dear life and numbing myself of any expectation from myself or others. I end with strategically yours. I think this resonates well with many of us. Just to make a mindset of do or die. So let us all apply this strategically yours, at least mentally. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmasters.
So Rajeshwari ma'am, you mentioned about the importance of focusing on strategically yours. As a club right now, we have just renewed 22 members out of 30. So how do you suggest that we can use this entire concept, what you shared with us, to raise the number of members or bring in more members to the club?
That's a good question. Now, when I was applying strategically yours, it's not a totally business concept, but it's a concept which is arising out of spirituality. And I can tell you 100% sure that this concept works. How? When you're telling strategically yours, we are already ready with a plan. So we have a plan already that how to acquire members, isn't it? And when I said P3 fan, what did it contain of? It contained of the presence of manual power, physical and mental. So mental. So you have to be emotionally ready. Physical presence is about the people which you have gathered as team who work collaboratively. So as a leader, it's not only you who are going to collect members. It is the responsibility of everybody. So you need to delegate the work to everybody. Second is probabilities of failure. So you need to have a plan for the failure as well. What if you're not able to gather members? That's another thing. So you need to have a SWOT analysis of self as well as the plan. Then preparation. So when you have a SWOT analysis, you know how to prepare for it, prepare for the failures. Next comes the finances. Of course, wherever the business...
I interrupt and disagree, ma'am.
Yeah.
I don't love failure. I don't want to fail.
That's nice. Nobody ever loves failures. But failure is evident. It's always there whenever it's a stepping stone to success. So from failures, we learn. So maybe for the first time, you may fail. You may learn a lesson from the first failure. Second time, you're going to learn something and you're going to achieve something else. So it's a stepping stone to success. And I have experienced that that it was always amazing. During the failure, we get dejected, and then later on, we see that this leads to something else, which is much more happier. Thank you.
Ma'am, sometimes I have observed that it may so happen, and also it happens to somebody. Our strategic plan becomes a part or subpart of some other strategic plan. In other words, others may at times use us as a tool for their project. Is there any tool or strategy to avoid such other strategies to misuse us or use us as a part of their project?
See, originality is the key. It also happened with me when I had planned some venture and it was captured by others. So when you have the original key with you, it is always unique. So nobody can be capturing your strategy. That's for sure. Because you are original, you are the authentic person. So you will present it in a different way. So it will be entirely your success or entirely your failure. So that's what I believe.
Any other question? Thank you, ma'am, for thunderous and very sensational speech. I absolutely resonate with your thoughts. And today's theme is very much aligned with your speech, rather, I will say.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. So let's come back. We were talking about power of personal development, and even the ma'am has, Rajeshwari ma'am has talked about this. So we were talking about like many people are initiator, but only a few people are finitiator. And what is the reason of that? Why only few people are end up finitiating? And if you look deep behind into this, we find that we all have desire. We all are full of dream and desire. But all people are interested in those desires, but only few are committed for that dream or desire. When I say like committed means when we start strategically to find that goal, there is a gap between our wherever we are standing and where we want to go in our life. There is a gap is there. That's why we want to go there, achieve that. And that gap might be in terms of knowledge, in terms of skill. We need to work hard. And when we start working towards that, obstacles, challenges, unprecedented scenario will keep coming, as ma'am has mentioned. But many people, they get stopped by their problem and challenges. They surrender themselves that these are some problems. These are my challenges. The destiny is not supporting me. And they start blaming the destiny. They start blaming the God and so on and so forth. And only few people is like a river. If you see like river, you put some obstruction, it will change the path. It will divert and it will start again going forward. So only few people are committed, which in spite of challenges, they will keep finding the solution. They will keep always finding a way to move forward in his life. And the ma'am has very well today in his speech, she has given the in spite of various challenges, how she moved forward in her life to take care of her debts and other things, dream and desires she was having. So that is that one of the difference, great difference between the person who are interested versus person who is committed in his life. So another thing is which we I think is as in the beginning some had mentioned like self-discipline. That is also very much important. So we will come to this portion, self-discipline. So now let's move to the second part of the today's uh, today's session, that is the table topic round.
Yeah,
And for
just
that,
sorry for the interruption, Alok sir. Can we just have the best speakers poll? I've just updated the form.
okay,
Yeah, so yeah, you can please go ahead. Everybody kindly vote for the best speaker, and yeah, you can move ahead, Alok sir. Thank you so much.
thank you, sir. So now let's move to the second part of the this meeting, which is table topic round. And for that, we are having the great person today for who is going to host us as a table topic master. He is a banker by profession, and he is also a passionate learner and speaker. So let me welcome TM Parvat Ranjan Bahera to take up the table topic master. So let's all welcome our TM Parvat Ranjan Bahera to take up the role. Thank you.
Thank you and good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome all of you to this wonderful event called Table Topics. And this is such a fantastic occasion to start this meeting because it was a Holi here in Odisha today. And you might have celebrated it yesterday, and some part of India also celebrated it yesterday. 2 or 3 festivals are being widely celebrated in India, like Deepavali, Holi, besides other national holidays. It is being celebrated in India, in Asia, and so on some other parts of this world. So it became so rampant, I mean, so widespread, especially where all the Indians are living. So government has declared this Holi as a holiday, not a holiday, it is a holiday. And thanks to all these cultures, those have accepted this as a part of their lives. And we are having another holiday to celebrate and enjoy. If I just bring some light into this celebration, how it started, it has different connotations and different context to start with, because some people believe it is the finish of the winter and onset of summer. So there is a change in climate, and and Holi is celebrated with those colors. I mean, especially those powders, some special powders, those destroy the unnecessary viruses or bacteria in the atmosphere. So, and applying that and imbibing the new culture, new onset of the season to prepare ourselves better, this is the celebration. And some treat it as a part of some spiritual connotations or some our cultural connotations. Like in Bhagavad Purana, Hiranyakashipu was a king and his son Prahlad was a devotee of the god. And the aunt of Prahlad, that is Holika was trying to kill Hiranyakashipu. So with his devotion, Lord Vishnu arrived in an avatar and killed Hiranyakashipu. And to celebrate the death of Holika, people celebrate Holi. So we will throw some light on different contexts it is being celebrated in the due course. So to start with, I will like our volunteers to take up this topic, and I also offer the topic, different topics. Those have, they're challenging, and they will certainly challenge your intuition and presence of mind. This is not tough, but this is enjoyable. And I would certainly start with the guests, because this has been a culture in our group for some time, because guests are Atithi Devo Bhava. So to start with, may I share my screen? Just give me a second. So first of all, I will give you a context, then a topic. the context. I mean, first I have to choose the speaker. Just a second. Brenda ma'am, can I offer you this topic? You're not audible, ma'am. Could you kindly unmute yourself, please?
Yeah, which topic?
No, I will first offer you a context. Then I'll give you the topic.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now the context is, because it's the occasion of Holi and we are playing Holi with colors. Did you play Holi last yesterday or today? Did you play Holi?
No.
Okay. Let's take it a hypothetical situation that you played Holi with some friends. Okay. Is it acceptable?
What that I should think?
No. I'm not asked the question yet. I'm just giving the context that you played Holi with your friends.
Okay.
Your friends took you and dipped you in a pool of color. And to your surprise, after cleaning yourself, even after taking multiple showers, the color didn't go away. It remained with you all along throughout your life. Now, my question here is, with the color, is my screen visible to you, ma'am?
Yes, it is.
With the color remain with you permanently. Share your experiences. How do you feel each day, each moment, and to the reactions of people? Next 2 minutes is yours. You can take 10 seconds to organize your speech. Thank you, and over to you, Brenda ma'am.
So when does one start?
You have 10 seconds to start.
Yeah, yesterday, for the first time in my life, after 71 years, I was roped into playing Holi. I didn't know much about this, but everybody else had chosen a color for me, which was red. And yeah, I am actually wearing red even now, quite by coincidence. Now, I didn't know that this color is indelible and it won't come out. So I finally agreed to it. And what do you think? When I came home and looked in the mirror, there was that flamboyance of red right staring at me into my face. And I thought, is that me? So I took a couple of showers, but it still remained. And I thought, no, it does express who I am. The very fact that I'm wearing this color by coincidence today, because for me, Holi means the exuberance of life, living life with zest and energy in whatever you do. And I think that's what I've actually been doing for these 71 years. So I accepted that color. Yes, others look at me and wonder what's happened, but within me, I am at peace. I know from now on, I'll wake up every morning with a red face and red body and look forward to living that very day to the best of my ability with zest, enthusiasm, flamboyance, and joy. I'm so happy to be here with you all today. Actually, I've joined only for this, to bring a smile on my face. I did not know it is Holi celebration, but thank you so much for this opportunity. Let's live life with brightness, joy, happiness, and keep Holi every day in our life. Get up tomorrow morning with the spirit of Holi and live the rest of your life every day in that spirit of enthusiasm, joy, and happiness. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your exuberance shown during this speech. And the most importantly, the self-acceptance that you are shown and you have practiced throughout this life that shows on your face and your speech. Thank you for keeping this spirit and teaching all of us that life should be accepted as it is. Thank you very much. My next speaker, any volunteers or I should choose? Anuma. Can I offer you the topic?
Hi, yeah, I'll try.
Sure, sure. There is no, this is not no exam. It's only for your enjoyment and just to participate. Thank you. Thank you for offering this. Now the context is you were coming back home in a flight along with your best friend to play Holi at your home place. You are staying somewhere else. Now, to your utter dismay and surprise, you found that your flight has landed on moon, where the gravity is much less as compared to Earth. It is said at about 1/6. I mean, if you weigh 60 kg here on Earth, in moon it would be around 10 kg. So you have no other way but to spend time there, and it is holy. There's no better occasion to do that. And now my topic for you here is share your experiences. How did you play Holi? Because the gravity is low there, it will be a slow motion. The rate at which you throw colors at others, it will reach slow. If you are supposed to reach there in 1 second, it will take about 5 to 6 seconds. And other experiences. The topic for you is share your experience. How did you play Holi on moon with slow motion? Now the stage is yours for next 2 minutes. You can take 5 to 7 seconds to reorganize your speech. Thank you. Now over to you, ma'am.
Okay. Thanks for picking me up. So if I was there in that condition, along with my friend, if I'm alone, definitely I would be dead scared for sure. But as you were saying that I will be going with my friends, obviously I will be having an idea that I can come out of that situation at any time with the help of others, right? So if I am there in the gravity, I would probably enjoy that moment flying because the gravity is less. If it's on the earth, I enjoyed it differently by walking or running or playing or throwing that colors on my friends. But if I'm in gravity, it's a different experience altogether. I am basically a very active person where I would like to play a lot of games, like whether it might be this like water games or there are so many, like I would I have this habit of going and playing like bungee jumping and all. I do all those different activities and I feel happiness in that. So if it is a situation to me, I would probably pick it up to my happiness and will start playing with my friends. It might take some time for me to adjust there, wondering, but I cannot change the situation as I was already there. So I will start playing Holi with my friends over there and accept the situation as it is, because nothing is permanent. I know that situation is not permanent and would probably be in my original state at some point. So I will take that moment to my interest and I will enjoy the moment. Thank you. Hello.
Thank you, Anumam, for your flamboyant speech and awesome response. Because the way you enjoy your life each and every moment, and you have enjoyed your life so far, so you have accustomed yourselves to play or enjoy wherever you are taken, even at surprise. And I will try next time to arrange a bungee jumping there because it's not there available as of now.
I'll be happy to do that.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And my next topic, I would like to offer, if there are volunteers, is okay. Otherwise, I would offer to Saulji, TM Saul. Can I offer you a topic?
Yeah, sure, please. Yes.
Sure. Thank you very much. Now, as you ever, first of all, I would give you a context, then a topic. Now, the context for you here is now. The God gave you a boon on this holy while playing. He became happy and gave you a boon, a bardan. If someone plays with colors, his or her disease will go away for the day of the on this occasion only, but only for common and single disease, not for you. It's for the humanity on this earth. Now the topic for you is here. Just a second, it's slow. Which disease will you choose for humanity to heal and why? Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Only one disease to be cured, and the option has been given to you to choose and which disease and why. The next 2 minutes to complete the speech. Yours. Thank you. All the best.
That's Prawat. First of all, let me wish you a very happy belated birthday to you. Good that we are able to have you as our tabletop here Toastmaster of the day after your birthday. It's a wonderful topic. Why I love this is when we talk of diseases, we only talk about physical diseases. But physical diseases can be treated by medicine, by surgery, and by other ways. But there are a whole lot of other diseases that are suffocating our society, which I would want this particular Vardhan to help me cure. For me, holy means color. When you say color, it means we are a diverse country, people with different ideas, people with different mindsets, people of different backgrounds. We cannot be painted by a single color. We can never be all put under one bracket. So whatever differences we have, we need to understand and then come together and get united. So if the disease that I would want is Vardhan to help me cure is the disease of difference, is the disease of seeing other as someone else, and us and you, me and you, us and them. That is the disease that I would want this Vardhan to clear. This would help people to have stress-free life. This would help people to have a happy life. This would help people to have a wonderful life, which will automatically help solve physical diseases. The moment we help people resolve their mental issues, the moment we help resolve people's psychological issues, automatically we will see that our physical diseases also disappear. So may this Holi bring us all together so that we paint each one with multiple colors and see all of us as multiple colors. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Sahul, for this, for your flamboyance shown during the speech. And I really like the way you showed the solution of to improve lives in general, so that the world becomes a better place to live in. And the concept that you imbibed and displayed is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that has been our philosophy since years together. And it shows your magnanimity and your response to people in general. Thank you very much for taking up the topic and speaking so flamboyantly. My next topic, TM Alokji, can I offer you a topic? And you have raised your hand. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, the context first. While playing Holi, some mischievous friend had added some chemicals to your collar, so that suddenly you found that you have developed an ability to talk to the trees, the plants, and you could communicate with them effectively, as if you and me are now the talking on one-to-one. It just happens to you like that. But the abilities stayed for you for just one day, because after treating you by the doctors, it went away just next day. So now my topic for you is this. Please bear with me, it's a bit slow. Now the topic is visible to you, TM Alokji?
Yes, sir.
Share your experiences, share your experiences with the trees, their problems, concerns, and their suggestions, if any, during your interaction with them for one day. If the topic is clear, the next 2 minutes is yours. You can take 5 to 10 seconds to reorganize your speech. Thank you, and over to you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. So I remember yesterday I played Holi with my friends. Color, gulal, everything were put on my head, my body. And I was enjoying the each and every moment playing color. All of a sudden, one of my friend came to me and he put something reddish black color on my face, and I found some different smell. And I realized that this is something, a chemical which is really harmful for me. I need to be aware. But the moment I wanted to clean this off, I heard lots of voices coming from the nearby trees. I was able to hear what the trees were talking to me. And the very first thing what I heard is, Alok, see why humans are cutting the trees. Your planet, global warming is happening. Can the humanity survive without me? Why don't you educate the people for planting more trees? Yeah, I do understand. Population is increasing, requirement is increasing, industrialization is happening, trees require, but for that you are cutting the trees. But what if all the trees are cut down? Don't you think is a problem today? I absolutely agree that yes, he told that why can't you start motivating the people to plant more trees on their birthdays, on their various occasions, marriage anniversaries, or various occasions, so that it will be a win-win situation for everyone. Even the plant can live happily, and even the human beings can enjoy in the nature, in the lap of nature. See the plastic trees the people are putting there in the gardens, in the house. Is it really making anything happy? I agree that yes, the plastic is a big concern for our society. We need to inculcate the habit of planting more and more trees. And I heard this concern. And because of that, I had planted 3 trees on my kid's birthday. So I want to spread this message through the various forums to everyone to plant more trees to save this planet Earth. And the next moment, when my color went off, I was a normal person. But the message is very clear that we should maintain a balance between nature and humanity. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you, TM Alok, for taking this topic so flamboyantly and spoke so well. I must applaud that the way you showed your emotions to this topic. It shows you have real and genuine concerns towards this other life. You showed through your speech that humans are equal to plants and trees. They are not the residual of the humans. This is not our planet. This is This is not planet of humans. This is a planet of all of us. And your empathy, your concern for those other living organisms, without whom even the human existence may be questioned, the survival of human species may be questioned. And trees are equal to humans. And when you breathe, one part of the entire respiratory process is Sadhguru says one part of the lungs is within you and the another one is hanging on the tree. Because if you cut down the trees, then you stop taking what the trees used to leave, the oxygen. And the moment we just stop surviving. This is not the way. And not only you are just took up to the discussion, and you offered a solution yourself to plant a tree, and also urged all of us to take this issue forward so that we can have an afforestation in larger scale. Thank you very much for addressing the question, giving a solution, and making it a mission also. Thank you very much. Now, Team Satya, can I offer you a topic? Because you have already raised your hands. Now the context is while playing Holi, some of the colors went into your eyes. That made you color blindness entirely. You could see only everything only in black and white, like most of the animals do. But the doctors cured you in next 72 hours. But for first 72 hours, you remained color blind. Now the topic for you is this. Still being in a state of color blindness, is my screen visible to you?
Yes.
What were your experiences during the time of those 3 days when you could see only black and white, everything in black and white? And any learnings from these experiences? The next 2 minutes is yours. Best of luck.
The physics laboratory, the prism experiment. A light is coming from a torchlight, white, milkish color, and spreading into 7 colors, Vibgor. When you reverse this experiment, if all lights are fed back to the prism, you get the white. Then the mirror experiment. You reflect all, it's a mirror. You reflect none, it's a black body. Thanks to this blessing, thanks to this chemical in the color, for 3 very days, I lived this belief. Everything around you is diversity. It's up to us whether we recognize the diversity around you. See things white. White resembles the mixture of each and everything. Now, when you absorb everything, it becomes black. Okay. So this color blindness, 72 hours, given me this very fact, again, reinforced that the entire creation is a diverse creation. Unless until you absorb things as it is, the word which is tagged in the last, blind, whether you accept diversity or you be a blind. That's my take on this. Thank you, Toastmasters.
So beautifully and flamboyantly said, Satya. I really appreciated the way you presented you took this context to different examples by giving it a first scientific connotation and just delving into the diversity and then emphasizing that quality matters over quantity. Those 72 hours, you might have missed the color in different things, but the way you accepted the context and you found different meanings and different nuances in all those qualitative aspects, because color does not give them only meaning, but what we really want to find during those the changed period in your life, because that will never come back to anyone's life consciously, and you leveraged and used it into your advantage to improve your experiences. You spoke so well and so handled it so well. Thank you for taking up this topic. And can I offer and Rajeshwari ma'am had raised her hand. So my next topic, I would like to offer Rajeshwari ma'am. Ma'am, the context is here. A magician took our country to hostage on this day of Holi. He played a game with all of us. He said, the color we play with will get reduced every time you play with sham color, because we have to play Holi. That is a condition. It's not an option. Now you have to play Holi, but while playing Holi, the color you use, it will get reduced somewhere else. For example, if you use green color, the greenery of the plants and trees will come down. If you use yellow, the flowers and the other green yellow color leaves will come down. The intensity of the color will subside. Now the context is over. The topic for you is this. Which color would you like to use to play Holi and why? Because you are already aware of this context, the significance, and now you are left with choice to play with Holi, and which color would you like to use and why? All the best.
I have heard about the story of the Midas touch. Do you remember that story where King Midas had the power to touch anything that turns into gold? And to his greed, he touched his own daughter and she turned into gold. And that was his loss. Until he repented for that when he got back his normal condition. Now, this magician who had given me such kind of power, where I sprinkle the color and it will reduce the colors nearby and surrounding areas. What would I do in this condition? I don't want to become the Midas, like King Midas. So what I would do is, I will just sprinkle water everywhere. Water has no color, it is transparent. So everything around me remains the same. And also the things will become clean and crystal clear. So that's one thing which I can do, where the curse or whatever the power which has been given by the magician will not at all work, and the purpose is served there.
Ma'am, because your 2 minutes has not been finished, I will interrupt, because the magician has laid a condition that you have to play with colors, and water has no color. It is colorless and odorless. You have to choose a color.
So the color itself is clear and transparent. So everything has a color. And I think that water itself is clear and transparent, and it, wherever it goes, it attains that color. You know, water, when the sun responds, when the sun reflects into the water, it becomes clear blue. When I went to Maldives recently, I saw that one side of the sea was crystal clear blue, and the other side of the sea was dark blackish, you can say. So when I asked the boatman, why is this change in the color? He said that this is because of the reflection of sun. So the water had turned blue, and the other side, which is deeper, it was blackish. So that's how the water also gains its color. So that's my perspective about color of the water.
Thank you very much. You cheated the magician, but I appreciate and I really honor your intention that to save the color of the rest of the things in the nature, so that without disturbing any color in this nature, for which we have no single right to do so. Thank you very much, ma'am, for explicitly and very elucidately narrated this. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
And for my next speech, any volunteers, or I would offer to TM Bhusan.
You want to offer me the topic?
Yes.
Oh, I'm ready.
Someone please time TM Bhusan.
No, I'll time. That's okay. I'll time.
Okay, thank you.
No, I'll do it, Bhushan sir. You can
Okay.
enter the topic. Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, some magical topic is gonna come. I'm just worried. Bera sir is too much thoughtful. Huh? Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Now the theme is there are some chemical on the collar that you're using to play Holi on a certain day. You suddenly found that after using that collar, whatever you wished came true. Even you are not aware, but suddenly you became aware that you had wished two things that became true. So now, when the context is clear, I have a topic for you. Just a second. Because whatever you wish, right, it became a reality. Sorry, due to some technical problems, it is not fetching. Let me tell you the topic. Will it be okay? The topic is at least what will be your 3 wishes that you would see happen in reality on earth, and why? 3 wishes you want to materialize on earth, and why? Over to you.
Yesterday, when I was playing Holi, somebody just rushed from the backside and put a lot of color on my face. As I watched the color, I could hear something in my mind. Bhushan, you have 3 wishes. Say it and they'll get completed. I paused for a moment. Is it real? Even though I thought if it is real or unreal, my wishes remain same. My first wish, that the corruption should end in India and in the world. Because I am feeling the grief because of this dirty ritual that is happening. Because of this, we are not getting the real service of the nation. We are not getting the real outcome of the taxes and the money that we are paying to the government. So first wish came into mind was the corruption should end. The second wish, I respect women. I respect my mother. I respect my sister. I respect my wife. So second wish that I can just thought of is all the women abuses happening in India and all over world should stop. Men will be respecting each and every woman they are getting in the school, offices, or anywhere else, road or any public place. This was my second wish. Third wish, nobody wastes water. If water is not there, none of us are going to live. And there's so much of scarcity, though there are dams and water resources created, still thousands of humans are dying out of thirst. These are the three wishes, and I'm just happy if they get fulfilled any day. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Bhusan, for such beautiful interpretation of those three wishes. Because had anyone else been there, he would have taken something for his own fulfillment of some wishes. All of three you just shared for the betterment of this world. And water is such a crisis that is faced by almost all the continents. And corruption, I don't know when it will go. As long as the oxygen is there, it may still be there, but it can be minimized. And respecting and creating a better environment for women is definitely a desirable thing. And thank you very much for bringing those to your voices. Is this? Can we go ahead for another topic, or is the time is not there?
Yeah, I think we have a guest, Swati Jain, so we can have one topic for
Yes,
her.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Swati, ma'am, can I offer a topic? Could you please unmute yourself, ma'am?
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you. Good evening. Ma'am, you are aware that I am offering a context first, then a topic.
Ma'am, I will do tomorrow. Actually, I was preparing food in the kitchen.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. No issues, no issues, no issues. Thank you for at least staying tuned to this event. Thank you. Can anyone else take up a topic, or should we end here? TM Venkat, can I offer you a topic?
Yes, sure.
Thank you very much. This will be the last one because we are also running short of time. The theme is your friend put some chemical on you. You had a wound somewhere on your body. It got healed immediately. Now, because you are left with some more chemical, some more color, it can heal many, but it is limited. Now, the topic is, with whom would you like to share the remaining amount of chemical and why?
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Parvat, for the topic. So, with whom I want to share, I'll share with myself because I'm too, you know, too much, very much enthusiastic for removing the color from my body, because if somebody sees, hey Venkat, you should be in this, you know, black color or black body type, and why are you in the pink color? And they may compare. My friends are very too much, you know, or you know, they make jokes with me. So they say, you are in the bear color, or you are in a tiger, you look like a tiger, you look like a, you know, bear. So they may, and I am too much, very much, too too much very enthusiastic to remove the color from my body and make myself clean and hygienic. So that's the thing which I will do. Thank you.
Thank you for taking up the topic. But maybe due to some background noise, the topic was not clearly interpreted. I meant actually that healed a wound on your body. But how would you like to use this chemical? Whom would you like to give this chemical and why? So that it can heal so many more people. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for taking this topic. Maybe the background noise created this problem. So with this, I conclude here the table topics and hand over the platform to Toastmasters of the day. And thank you very much all the participants for responding so well to all those topics impromptu. Thank you very much. Over to you, TM Modi, LLC.
Thank you, sir, for such an innovative and creative topic you had brought up on the eve of Holi festival. So it was, I think we all, everyone enjoyed this topic and creativity what you have brought up. Thank you once more.
Thank
So
you.
now let's move to our table topic evaluator, none other than flamboyant Suryadeep. So let's hear from Suryadeep what he has to say, give some input and insight on the table topic. So Suryadeep, stage is yours now.
Yeah, so I think the table topics will be evaluated by Sarthak sir, and that will be done in the evaluation section after both the evaluators have evaluated. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm posting the link of the best table topic speaker in the chat. Kindly everybody vote. Thank you. Back to you, Alok.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry, by mistake, I muted myself. So thank you, Suryadeep. So let's come back to our power of personal development. We were talking about the self-discipline. Have you ever experienced like we all try to wake up in the morning and we put the alarm now in our mobile or in watch, and many times we end up snoozing, pressing the snooze button. What do we lose here? Can anybody can throw some light on this?
Yes, sir. So the feeling that I go through whenever I hit the snooze button is that, oh, come on, who will wake up so early? That's the first thing. Second thing will be, oh, I'll wake up tomorrow. From tomorrow, I'll start. Pakka from tomorrow, I'll start. And third thing is that why unnecessarily take so much of pressure and all those things? Yeah.
Okay, thank you for being honest. Yeah, many of us go through this. Anybody else would like to add to this?
Sir, can you repeat this term once again?
So generally when we try to wake up in the morning and do some task, because of one or other reason, we always try to put snooze button. So when we press the snooze button, what basically we lose here? Or do we really lose anything or not?
Exactly, I completely agree with you that we lose our momentum of the starting of the day, which we want to have in the start. Like last night, when we are going to bed, we try to have a thought in mind that tomorrow definitely I will wake up at the time I am putting my alarm. But next day, when we try to wake up and we snooze, when we click on that snooze button and we like give the thought to our mind 5 minutes more and it goes till 1 hour 2 hours whatever, there what happens is we are losing the momentum of our day and the morning energy we are losing, which I feel is the missing part in our morning routine. So that I feel that can be worked upon. So over to you. Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
Besides, I would like to add one point here, Alok. Beside what Sarthak said, besides the momentum, we lose part of our powers to exercise different choices, because that is a choice to start the day with a positivity or leave it to the scope of procrastination. It's always a choice. We lose the power of choice and leave it to the clock to decide. Well, I don't know whether the snooze button will again not be clicked. Thank you, Anubhaji.
Thank you, sir, for giving your time. So let me add to this whatever we all have told it. See, like when we put a snooze button, maybe for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes, the time is lost. That is very obvious. But the other thing is, when we put an alarm, we commit that tomorrow morning, let's say I have to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, or do some task at certain given point of time, and that's why we put an alarm. But the moment we snooze, the two things happen. Here, if you think that when we are pressing the snooze button, our subconscious mind and conscious mind, there is a fight goes between this. And the moment conscious mind lose the battle, subconscious mind takes over that, which is our inbuilt pattern. And because of that, we put the snooze button. And the moment we put the snooze button, the first thing is the self-integrity will lost. Because whatever you have committed to yourself, you are not sticking with your commitment, your decision. So that is the question of integrity with yourself. When we commit something and we ourselves first is not abiding by this, what other can expect from you tomorrow? And if you see, like, when snoozing is just one part of that, putting that. If you look deeply your daily routine, many things you commit in your daytime and you start overriding those things. You will start, okay, let's chalta hai, theek hai, dekh lete hain, waisa kar lete hain. You will end up procrastinating because your subconscious, you are giving more power to your subconscious mind, which is the current belief system with thought process and self-sabotaging thought or self-depleting pattern, which is governing your body, your mind, and that's where you are governing and you are giving more power to that. And that is going to reflect in other part of your life. And that is not going to take you forward. Rather, you will remain in the same state. So that is the power of self-integrity, self-discipline. Once we commit to ourselves, and if you look at the successful people in that, whatever they commit, they always try to fulfill that. That is the self-integrity, not with the others, but with ourselves. If I plan some XYZ activity for the day, and if I am not having the self-integrity, I can start procrastinating, do it tomorrow. But the moment if I commit that I have to do that, since I have committed to myself, there then the things will start changing. You will think before that whether what are the tasks I need to plan, and accordingly you will start doing that. And it will get reflected in your other part of your life as well. Not about the snoozing. Snoozing is just like a tip of the iceberg. Don't you agree?
Yes, I agree with you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Toastmaster Alok Kumar, I have a slight difference here. I will share my experience because discipline, as you said, and snoozing of the button, it requires quite a discipline. But when you take examples of great achievers and popular figures, who have achieved such a great name, like Swami Vivekananda, you take, who were very much committed to whatever they were doing. Ramanujan, the great mathematician, all these people were greatly disciplined and committed. But do you know, we lost them at a very young age. That was strict. That was mainly because, that's what I feel, is because of their stress, which was produced because of that self-commitment and discipline. It was like they have stressed themselves so much in that race of their self-development and for the people around. So somewhere I feel that adaptability and flexibility is also very important for self-development. So you have to ease yourself whenever you feel like, that will help you to rest your mind and body and then think upon new plans. You will come out rejuvenated and plan much more better ideas. Also, it will enhance your longevity and health. So, of course, self-development is very important, but along with self-development, you need to be more flexible and adaptable to the situations. That's what is my perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes. So there it comes, I think, emotional health is there, I think, which is also the part of the self-development, because without emotional health, your health can start getting deteriorated. So emotional health is equally important while chasing your dream, desire, or commitment, whatever you are having. So yes, that is absolutely, I agree with you, ma'am. That is emotional health is, we will come to that piece as well. So now let's now move to the final part of the today's agenda is evaluation round. And for that evaluation round, let me call our general evaluator, TM Venkat Sai, for evaluating the whole. Sorry, my bad. Now let's move to the third thing, which is evaluation round. And for that, now let me call our evaluator one,
Uh,
which is
Alok sir, sorry to interrupt you. I think this session is taken by the general evaluator only.
okay.
This
Sorry, my
whole
bad.
section. Yeah, no
Okay.
worries. Yeah, carry
So
on.
let me call general evaluator TM Venkat Sai to take the evaluation section. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alok, and thank you for your team. It was very nice to listening you. As Dr. Surya mentioned at start, what I was thinking, and it's so different what I was thinking then. Thank you so much. So with no more late, let's start with the evaluation session, and where we learn the mistakes what you made, what is the betterment, what's the improvement parts you can work upon. And yes, so for the first one, I would like to call the prepared speakers evaluators. The first one is uh, the evaluator one, Toastmaster Navamita ma'am, for evaluating Toastmaster Satya speech. I request Toastmaster Namabita to take over the stage.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Satyanarayan, what an amazingly good and wonderful speech you have delivered on the introduction of mentoring in Toastmaster. Mentoring is a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and push in the right direction. And that is wonderfully portrayed in your speech by explaining how your first mentor in the school and your present mentor in the Toastmaster always showing you the right direction. Three things I have loved in your throughout speech. Number one, starting with the quote of Robert Wojciechowski, that when you are shortage of anything, you need to give it. That was a hook point for the audience. They are taking their attentions. It is said that only 2 or 3 seconds you have in your speech introduction, the way you can grab the attention of your audience, and that you have done wonderfully. Number two, your facial expressions, your gestures, and your standing delivery was really impactful when you are giving each and every remarks in your speech. That was really impactful because the moment you are making a sentence, just like, I hate mathematics, and you are saying that bad stomach ache, and I am having my delicious food by watching Jungle Jungle Pata Chala Hai Mowgli, and then my doorbell was ringing. My mother surrendered. All these kind of remarks you wonderfully portrayed by your facial expressions and your body gesture. Loved it. I loved it, really. And number three is, I loved the way you have described your journey as a protege by explaining your two mentors' wonderful qualities and how they guided you. As an evaluator, I have the duty and responsibility to show you and navigate you from A to B, means from good, how you become from good speaker to great speaker. So 3 things I would like to recommend you. Number 1, your facial expression was so good, but your voice modulation was not synchronized with your facial expressions. Just like when you were saying that my mother surrendered me. So you can say that way, that my mother surrendered me. And your teacher, while as he was watching you, that means you can say that, how did he do that? And then you can say that your icebreaker speech, it was went on, 10 minutes long speech. I was disqualified. icebreaker speech. So in this way, your voice clarity should be synchronized with your facial expression. That would be more impactful. Number two, as per your project, you need to add little bit clarity, explanation, how Toastmasters envision mentoring, rather than explaining too much quality of your present mentors and your earliest mentor. And number three is, in every speech, you can see that introduction part and conclusion part should be more powerful. Somewhere I have seen that your conclusion part was not so wonderful and organized. It was abruptly ended because of shortage of time, might be, but you could have take care of about that. After all, I must say that your speech was wonderful, amazingly flamboyant gesture was there, but you could have take care of these little things. It could be a more wonderful and excellent speech. So congratulations for your next upcoming speech. Thank you very much. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amrita, for evaluating excellently and wonderfully. Hope the speaker takes this positively and implements it in the next speech. Now I would like to invite the second evaluator, Toastmaster Dr. Surya, for evaluating the speaker, Toastmaster Rajeshwari. Over to you, Dr. Surya.
The hallmark of every good result begins with strategy. Tony Robbins opened our eyes through this wonderful quote, but the meaning of which I finally realized through your speech today, Toastmaster Rajeshwari. A couple of things that I was absolutely enamored with as you went on speaking. I loved the concepts that you were sharing in accordance to the plan that you wanted to deliver. When you told to us about presence of manpower, the probability of failures, the importance of preparations, understanding and acceptance of the faith, every single concept was wonderfully simple and lucidly explained. The second thing, you complemented those strategies and tools with relevant examples. When you spoke to us about the plan that Walt Disney made, or Steve Jobs, or even focusing on in reading and going through biographies to enhance so that we can create strategies for ourselves and install the whole strategically yours software inside our conscious and subconscious brains. Finally, I loved how you not just held it there, you complemented it beautifully like a complete package when you started sharing your personal stories, whether it's your husband passing away or your experience struggling with cancer, healing from cancer. Throughout your speech, you had that beads of confidence, wonderfully carved out glimpses of your smile, and of course, the personal stories that were absolutely spot on. Now, we all know every single good speaker can turn into an extravagant one, a flamboyant one with the presence of some better strategies, if I may put it across that way. So here are my top three. Number one, the elements of public speaking needs more enhancement. What do I mean by that? The eye contact I felt was missing. Probably you were underprepared. You were looking here and there. Maybe you were looking at your speech. The stage choreography, standing and speaking, keeping the cell phone in horizontal mode so that you can have a better stage area to stand and speak. Number two would be the voice being flat. So I felt that you were, throughout the speech, you had a pretty decent amount of a flatness, part of a tonality that can be worked upon a lot better. And then finally, there are certain elements in your impromptu section, if I put across, it was wonderfully delivered. Again, you reiterated the steps and tools, but having said that, I was expecting that you will not really thank the Toastmaster of the day, or you will not really say that it's a good question and all that. Heads on with the answer, heads on with the way that you're going to move forward. So if I have to summarize, a brilliantly delivered speech. You had great power of words, strategies, concepts, wonderfully complemented with the plan execution and the way you delivered it. If you can work on standing and speaking, putting the fundamentals of public speaking in place and working a little bit on your tonality and avoiding those redundant words, well, the next time you create a strategy for us, I'm sure it's just going to escalate us as well for you always maintain the whole standard of installing the systems deep inside of us. Absolute pleasure and honor. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dr. Surya, for evaluating wonderfully. And we have such a flamboyant evaluators today we have, and such a wonderful evaluations today. Thank you very much. Now, if you are thinking, we have a table topics evaluator also. That is Toastmaster Sarthak, who will be evaluating the table topic speakers. So, table topic speakers, don't worry, we will also take the evaluations. So, I would request Toastmaster Sarthak to take over.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for giving me opportunity to evaluate Toastmaster Parvat. Toastmaster Parvat, the way you started with the theme, as well as the way you make us indulge with the theme by connecting the dots from the starting, that is telling us when we celebrate Holi, why we celebrate Holi, and the way you connected us, it's really fabulous because we are already in the momentum of celebrating this festival, that is yesterday and today. So kudos to you on this. Now, I have 3 commendations which made me feel that you have done a brilliant job. First, the way you introduce the theme for the table topics is flamboyant. Second, in non-verbal communication, the way you smile, that make me feel that I am very much connected to your smile, because smile is like confidence. You can say that smile wears the confidence. So I love the way you smile, like you are right now smiling. Even I love the way you were speaking the words, that is playing with the vocal variety. So that was sensational. So kudos to you on this part. Third, the way you were giving opportunity to each and every guest as well as the Toastmaster to get the topic, and even not only giving the topic, you were creating the momentum, you were creating that aura in the form of context before you are giving them the topic. So kudos to you on that part. Now to take your table topics to the next level for the next time, I have just 2 recommendations, that are, I love the way you displayed the topics in like front of speakers as well as in the Zoom platform. However, if you can keep the numbers game, like you can take some numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and ask them to choose a number, that can make your table topics more creative. So next time you can do that. Second recommendation, that is, in non-verbal part, I was somewhere finding that you were reading from some script or something. So there the eye contact was missing, that I was not able to feel that you are talking to me. So that can be worked upon by just looking at the lens, and it will feel like you are talking to the audience. So before I conclude, just want to give you that you were like great on your part, and I love the way you started with the table topics. You make all the audience connected by giving the topic to each and everyone and giving the opportunity to each one of you. So kudos to you on your part, and thank you very much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sarthak, for evaluating Toastmaster Parvat.
Thank you, Sarthak.
Thank you so much. Now let's go to our tag team. Now I would like to request first the grammarian of the day, Toastmasters Dr. Surya, to give his. Toastmaster Surya, are you there?
Yes. Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Before that, I'm just posting the link of the best evaluator. Kindly vote for the best evaluator. So, talking about the grammarians report, for the first time, I've actually decided, okay, I'm going to learn from the best that is there in our club, and I am also going to prepare a PPT. So I didn't really do that good, but please, whatever I did, I try to give my best shot. So here we go. Today's grammarian report for meeting number 172. Couple of good usages. Toastmaster Alok, words like initiator, finitiator, it's called poetic vocabulary. He used phenomenal words like unprecedented scenario. To name a few of them, I'm just highlighting the few which hit me very deep. Toastmaster Satya, words like accountable, I was petrified. Similes and metaphors, I was waiting for the great luck. He spoke about this word called perfect failure, which is more of an irony. Okay. He also used words like consuming like sponge absorbing water. It's called as a metaphor, using a non-living thing to compare the real life scenario. And of course, he spoke about this relationship being a win-win. Now, this is repetition of words in order to put more stress on the concept. Dr. Rajeshwari, probability, perfection of failures, prisons. It's again a repeated patterns of words, which obviously embarks the importance of the strategy yet again. She mentioned about sudden turning point of my life, collapsed like a tumbling house of cards, again a metaphor, playing life like a game of chess, again metaphor. Table topic master Pravat, he spoke about the importance of the cultural connotations. Brenda ma'am used some sensational words, indelible, exuberance, and zest. Indelible means something that is not erased. Exuberance means glowing and overexcited. Zest means zeal, the whole grit to do something. Then coming to the not so good usages, today, as far as grammar is concerned, we didn't really get too many not so good usages, but there are few observations that in general, I observed, and that's why I put them together. There are certain words like literally. Now, literally means exactly as it is. So when we are using literally, the context in which it was used was not really in tune. Then there were far too many conjunctions, okay, but, and far too many, although the more detailed description will be given by the accounter. But I felt what happens is, grammatically, when we are trying to understand a sentence, we break down the sentence into shorter sentences. That's what creates more enhanced presence. Finally, we have a lot of redundant words were used, basically, and all, you know, as long as, none other than, without further ado, and all. These are not really needed in the conversation. And then finally, we have something called as pronunciation. So I have to highlight these the important elements of pronunciation over here. The first is called as destiny. It's destiny. River, the right pronunciation is river. Comparison, the right word is comparison. Pew, it's not pew, it's few. People, it's not people, it's people. People. And then we had idea, it's not idea, it's idea. And then of course respiratory, it's not respiratory, it's respiratory. Coming to the word of the day, flamboyant was used by Satya sir twice, Alok sir twice, I used it once, Brenda ma'am once, Pravat sir used it a whooping 8 times, Navamita ma'am twice, Venkat Sai, our general evaluator sir, used it twice. So that was all in terms of the grammarian's report. Hope I did justice to it. Back to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya. Yes, you have done justice to it. Now I would like to call upon the accountant of the day, guest Pooja Sharma. Guest Pooja Sharma, are you there? Okay, guest Pooja Sharma once.
Yeah,
Yes.
I am very much here, sir.
Yeah, please, sir.
So, to be a flamboyant speaker, our speech must be filler free. So, take the role of an accounter and report of an accounter positively. Here I go with my report. TMOD, TM Alok Sharma Alok Kumar sir used the filler word 14 times. TM Benkin Sai used it 6 times, and too much, very much was his favorite filler word. TM Pravat Ranjan used filler 23 times and was his favorite filler and word. Okay. And Dr. Suryadeep used 7 times. Mr. Sarthak used it 10 times, and so was his favorite filler word. Timer TM Bhushan used 4 times. TM Satya, love all. He never used any or any filler. TM Navamita Sarkar used it 4 times. Dr. Rajeshwari used 12 times, and so was her favorite filler word. Guest Brenda ma'am, love all. No filler word at all. Guest Anu used 9 times, and if and I were her favorite filler words. TM Shahul used 2 times and so was his favorite filler word. This was my report. I hope all of you will take it positively.
Thank you so much. It was guest Pooja Sharma. Your report was clear and crisp, and I can see you are a very good listener, ma'am. And yes, hope I see you very soon as a Toastmaster and take a listener role because our Speak Magic is an listener role, if I am correct, Dr. Surya. So, without no more late, I would call upon our timer of the day who is working hard at background, Toastmaster Bhushan. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Venkat sir. And here is present my timer rules result. Just a minute. Just fix that. So these are the timings. Guest Brenda ma'am finished the table topics in 2 minutes 05 seconds. Guest Anu ma'am finished it in 1.56 minutes. Sorry, pardon me. Speaker Shahul took 1 minute 59 seconds. Speaker Alok took 3 minutes 15 seconds. Speaker Satyanarayan took 1 minute 46 seconds. Speaker Dr. Rajeshwari ma'am took 2 minutes 3 seconds. Speaker Bhushan took 2 minutes 14 seconds. And Speaker Venkat Sai took 48 seconds. So if I'm not mistaken, 2 of the table topic speakers are disqualified. And for the formal speeches, Satyanarayan Panda sir took 7 minutes 29 seconds. And Dr. Rajeshwari took Dr. Rajeshwari took 7 minutes 2 seconds for her speech to get completed, and actually it went on to 11 minutes 4 seconds, including the disruption. In evaluation 1, Nambamita Saka ma'am took 3 minutes 53 seconds. Dr. Suryadeep took 2 minutes 3 seconds, and Sarthak sir took 3 minutes 16 seconds. That's all from the timer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhushan.
Sorry for some disturbance.
Yeah, I can see. Okay, coming to my report, I think Toastmaster Bhushan, you can stop screen sharing. Yes. So we started our meeting at sharp 6, which is very good and which is appreciable. And we have our ground rules stated very much nicely by our Sergeant at Arms. And we have some wonderful achievements, wonderful announcement, which has to be clapped, which has to be a round of applause for our club. And yes, the theme of the day was introduced properly by the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Alok, which we all were waiting, and especially our president was waiting. Theme: the power of personal development. Then we have the general evaluators and the tag team introductions, which were introduced very much. The roles were very clear, and it was very clear. Then the Toastmaster of the day. Coming to Toastmaster of the day, what I observed is Toastmaster Alok, the voice modulation, which you were on the same pace. Where you were asking, it could be that you can interact with the audience, where you can ask some questions. At the last, you were asking, but at the start, I was feeling I wasn't in line with your team. I was feeling I wasn't having much of the team. At last, I was feeling, yes, this was a theme what Toastmaster Alok has come up with. But at the start, I felt it was so, it was like a, what do you say, a speaker speaking, not as a toastmaster they are speaking, and the voice modulation. Sometimes it should be high. Asking question. What do you think? What is the audience? How many of you are there with me? Some of them, so that audience and you are in the same line and they're on the same page. So that can be done, sir. And apart from that, your team and your speech was wonderful. And coming to the speaker one, evaluator one, Toastmaster Namamita, wonderful evaluation. The one thing which I wanted to say, Toastmaster Namamita, was saying about the good part of the thing and bad part of the thing. But if you can give a challenge to the speaker, that would encourage to him. And you are saying about the voice clarity. So if you can give Toastmaster Satya, if you can make your voice clarity much more better and take that as a challenge from myself, from my evaluator side, that would be a better thing, and that would encourage the speaker very much. That I felt. Apart from that, Toastmaster Namamita, it was wonderful evaluation, and speaker two evaluator also take a wonderful evaluation. But same thing applies to Dr. Surya. A challenge might be a better idea other than saying the recommendations. So, and the table topic evaluator, yes, it was a good evaluation, Toastmaster Sarthak. Yes, and I apply same thing because lots when I was in a Voltec Toastmaster Club, my mentor told me a challenge might help a speaker, and that gives encouragement. They might take it positively, but if you throw a challenge to them, that would you know that would take the evaluation part in the next stage. Now coming to the tag team, grammarian, yes. As you asked your question whether I did justice, yes, I did the justice to your grammarian role. And if you can, when you were saying how to pronounce a word or what were the mistakes. So if you can say when you are coming to mistakes, what is the word? If you are saying a word, whether it's adjective or whether it's a proverb or whether it's a verb, so why it shouldn't come here? We can if you can say the total line, so that can help the speaker or any toastmaster to find out why this word shouldn't be come here. If I say and so many times in my table topic speaker, why that and should become, why this and this coming? Because of a lack of practice, maybe because they might be improving the English but now and now, so that might help the all the speakers and all the toastmasters very much. And apart from that, yes, you have done a wonderful job as a grammarian and accountant. Yes, the report was clear and crisp. As I said, you are a good listener because noting down 16 times or 23 times or more. Yes, it was a very good job done. And for you, accountant, if you can say how the ask can be avoided, if you can say a technique, how can be done, like we have a usual technique in our Toastmasters. What I've done is I want to share that is I take a topic and we will be doing that in our Speak and Grow family also. We take a topic, we sit in front of a mirror, or usually they say we take a video and post it, we take feedback. So that can be done very much nicely, and it will improve your table topics, it will improve your flow of the speech. It will not make you ahs and ums, and it will disavoid the filler words also. And timer, you have done a great job as a timing. Your timing was clear and crisp. Then coming to the feedback, there was 5 points which I've noted and which I was seen at the start of the meeting also. First one, confusion of the role players and taking of the roles, especially the grammarian role and the table topics evaluator role. I what I felt I want of the next meeting, all the roles, and not one Toastmaster taking two or three more roles, it won't be a good idea. Every Toastmaster has to take one role and they should do full justice to it because it's a learning. And Toastmaster International is there a platform which we learn. So everyone should get the experience, not only Toastmaster Surya taking three roles and others taking one role. So that should be not done from the next time. And I feel the roles should be filled by Friday or by Thursday because as we have a Saturday meeting, so if you can fill all the roles by Friday, and all the speech titles also should be given to the evaluators by Friday itself, not changing at the last minute. So it would be a clear cut meeting, and there will be no confusion, because Toastmaster Satya was telling about the speech title and Toastmaster Namabita has one other speech title. So there's a little confusion in that. So please, this should be taken care. And today I observe we have less number of guests in comparison what we saw, what we have in before meetings. And because of that, that's why table topic master also wasn't giving much topic because of less number of guests. As we know, guests are a heart and core of a meeting, and about the further Toastmasters. So let's work on that, bringing more guests. We have many guests in the Speak Magic Toastmaster guest group, but we are not the guests are not coming up to the meeting. So let's work on that. Let's discuss what is the bad point in that, and what is the correct we can do. From the club point of view, there was no agenda release from this week, as every time we have an agenda, what is which time it will be done this time. We have just the role players, we have the names of role player like accountant, guest Puja, and generally Toastmaster Venkat, but we don't have the agenda for the week. And one more thing is that the poster we don't have. From the last meeting also, when I came, we don't have a poster. So that should be discussed by the XCOM. Not only XCOM, we all should work. So if that is made, we can share it on all groups, not only in Speak Magic, outside the club, and we would be having much number of guests in the group. And the one important thing from last, meetings is, many meetings, when we go out, we should order for camera. But I few people are not offing the camera, not turning off the camera and moving around. So that should be taken care, because it creates a disturbance in you and for others also, well, whoever is speaking. So that's my general evaluation report. Over to you, Toastmaster Today, Toastmaster Alok.
Thank you, Team Venkat, for very detailed evaluation and giving various insight to all of us. We are going to implement some of these insights. Thank you once more. So coming back to today's theme, personal power of personal development. So the one of the important pillar of personal development is health, as Rajeshwari ma'am was mentioning. So the health and emotional health both are equally important to win, to achieve your goals, to win any game of your life. That is very important. And health, the sleep is one of the important things. You need to have the proper sleep when it comes to the physical health. So taking care of the good food, having proper sleep, that is the two important things what I have learned. And after paying the really heavy price, I have learned this lesson. Though we generally know this, but many times after suffering, we realize that how important the health is, and that I have learned. Also, just to elevate or subside the tension we are having, another thing is on the emotional head side. The power of gratitude is the very important thing which we all should practice in our life, and that really help us to be grounded. And I am practicing for past couple of months, and it is really helping me to maintain my calm composures and everything. So I will also request you all that rather than craving about not having whatever you want to achieve, it is always good to have, like, show the gratitude whatever you are having at present, and whatever you are blessed with. That's the one of the important aspects what I have learned, and I'm working on that. And I think the gratitude of the power, those who are practicing, they might find a difference in their life, how the miracles happen. So without any further ado, now we are running short of time. Now let me hand it over. Now let me hand it over the stage to the presiding officer to take the session forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's give a huge round of applause, come on, for Alok sir. I mean, today's theme was something, it's a huge eye opener for all of us, I'm sure. And there's a reason why this man is such a legend is literally hailed in his club, and we just understood why. Thank you so much. So the final vote for the role players has been put up. Please make sure that you are voting for your best primary and auxiliary role player. Now, before we move ahead with the awards, I would just like to take a few guest feedback. So I'm going to request, yeah, whom do we have? Yeah, we have Brenda ma'am with us. So Brenda ma'am, if you can share your experience of today's meeting, and when can we have you as a member in our club? Over to you.
Well, when I was deciding to come here, I knew this question would come, but I haven't prepared an answer. But yeah, I actually had a very busy day today. I've been on the computer the whole day. And I was thinking what to do now. I saw this message and I said, this is one thing that's going to bring a smile on me, on my face. So I actually got in here for that. And yes, I think I had many smiles, not just one. I loved it. We could perhaps up the ante on the energy level. I felt a little bit compared to the past, where there was more energy in. But I think that it was done very well, and it was conducted. I think the table topics and all were excellently done. And if you see me again and again, you can guess that it is. But I want to up my own energy. I drop in at that time. So that's that's a testimonial in itself, my presence. And yes, I think I will join soon. I have 2 clubs to join, and I think both are after, not clubs. I mean, one is a Toastmaster and one is another speakers club. I'm more or less decided to join. I was waiting all this time to decide one of the 2, but I probably do both. So thank you, Surya.
Yeah, please join, ma'am. My English is yet to improve. Please join. You're a good speaker, I know.
Yeah, we have all heard Brenda ma'am speak, especially in the YouTube videos and all, right? I mean, we're a huge fan of you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Okay, let's
I
hear
have
it from
lots to
Pooja.
learn from you also, Dr. Surya. I have lots to learn on how to put the course out, and
Yes, yes, definitely, yes. Okay, let's hear it from Pooja ma'am. How was your experience, ma'am, and when can we have you as a member of our club?
So it was awesome. Suryadev, it was awesome. And as I have told earlier that I am joining this club again and again as a guest to understand the things and to hone my skills also. I think I'll be joining soon, maybe next month, and I'll be a part of your family. And I would love to be. And for today's meeting, I'll just tell that I think we should respect the time limits, and all other things were very good. All the speakers were very good. Table topics were very good. And that's all from my side. I enjoyed the things today.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And we're going to keep the feedback in mind as well, maintaining time. So I think both the primary role players just needs to constrict their entire thing a little bit better. We just need to build the agenda and all those things. So that will be taken care of, all the feedback that we have received. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now time for awards. So quickly, let's do it. Our best primary role player goes to the table topic master, Toastmaster Pravat. So congratulations, Toastmaster Pravat. Okay, now let's see who is our best auxiliary role player of the day. Goes to Toastmaster Bhushan. That's a timer. Congratulations, Bhushan sir. Okay. Best prepared speaker, Rajeshwari ma'am. Amazingly done. What a sensational speech, and the impromptu segment as well. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Sarthak. Surprise evaluator's role, and that's definitely a good award. He just edged past me. So, but wonderfully done. Congratulations. And of course, our final, as a table topic speaker, guest, Brenda ma'am, without any doubt, wins by a far margin. Of course, we wanted to hear from Anu ma'am as well, but I think she's not here. And of course, the best table topic speaker in the Toastmasters category, we have Toastmaster Rajeshwari Rapata. Once again, congratulations to all the winners. For the club members, this will be posted across the club group. For the guests, just drop me a message. I'll be sharing your certificates with you. Absolute pleasure and honor. Such a sensational meeting. With that, we officially adjourn the 172nd meeting of Speak Magic Toastmasters Club. What a phenomenal meeting we had.
So
Wishing you all a very
just last
Yes.
interruption from the flamboyant kid of the family.
Okay.
Tomorrow is my marathon. I'm running 21 kilometers in cancer relief hospitals marathon, and I wish all members wish me best luck. That's it.
You are definitely going to bring
Best
the
of luck. Best
All
of
the
luck.
best.
Bhushan.
Best of luck, Bhushan.
Thank you. This is the
Best
marathon.
All
wishes.
the very best.
Dr. Surya, I think the flamboyant definitely applies to you in your new look.
I'm just trying new things. Okay. All the very best, Bhushan sir. I'm sure you're gonna bring the trophy home. We are just like, you got to teach me how to run because I'm so damn lazy to run. Probably start getting some tips from you and get started. Okay. Amazing. Have a phenomenal rest of the weekend ahead, people. We're gonna see you next week once again with a lot more new speeches, evaluations, table topics, lots of learnings. We got a lot of surprises coming up for you all from the month of April onwards. Meanwhile, please, those of you who have not renewed your membership, please do so. Make sure that you're getting your club members renewed as well. With that, well, let's sign up and let's meet next week. We'll just take a small little photo. I would request everybody to just turn on their cameras for a moment so that we can just commemorate this particular event. Yeah, just give me a picture, the smile. 3, 2, 1, and okay. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you.